I know it isn't easy. Sometimes forgiving ourselves feels so much harder than forgiving others. So let's slow down and walk through this together. Why self forgiveness feels so hard. When we hurt someone else or when we make mistakes, we often carry the weight much longer than necessary. Why? Because deep down we hold ourselves to impossible standards. You might think, I should have known better, I should have done more, or I should have never done that. But here's the truth: nobody is perfect. Being human means we will make mistakes, sometimes small ones, sometimes ones that echo inside us for years. But carrying guilt like a backpack full of heavy stones doesn't make you a better person. It just wears you down. Understanding the difference between guilt and growth. I want you to ask yourself, am I punishing myself or am I learning from this? There's a big difference. Guilt is like quicksand. You get stuck, replaying the mistake in your head over and over. Growth, on the other hand, allows you to say, yes, I made a mistake, but I learned a lesson from this. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean the mistake didn't matter. It means you've chosen to not let it define you anymore. So here's a gentle exercise. Let's do a little practice together. Think of one thing you've been struggling to forgive yourself for. Close your eyes if you'd like. Take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. Now imagine your younger self making mistakes in the past. Notice how human you look then. How you were just trying with the knowledge and strength you had at that moment. If you could, what would you say to your younger self? Maybe something like, you were doing your best. You didn't know then what you know now. I forgive you. Sit with that for a moment. Let those words land. Replacing harshness with compassion. You wouldn't yell at a friend for stumbling while learning to walk, right? So why do we yell at ourselves inside our own minds? Self forgiveness is really about choosing compassion over cruelty. It's saying, yes, I fell, but I will get up gently. I will help myself stand again. Every time you notice your inner voice turning harsh, pause. Ask yourself, would I speak this way to someone I love? If not, soften your tone, giving yourself permission to heal. Sometimes we keep guilt alive because we think we don't deserve to heal. But you know what? Holding on to pain doesn't undo the past. It only steals from your present and your future. You need to forgive yourself. You don't need to carry that burden. You are allowed to be free. The world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be real, to be present, to keep showing up as the beautiful, imperfect human you are. So if you've been waiting for permission to let go, here it is. You're allowed to forgive yourself slowly, gently, as many times as it takes. Healing is not a straight line. It's a soft returning to yourself over and over. And I'll be here to remind you of that whenever you forget. If this gave you comfort today, let it remind you you are never truly alone. Leave a green heart in the comments if you're on your self forgiveness journey. I'd love to see it. Until next time, stay gentle with yourself.